Hey guys, this is JP's LEGO Reviews, and here are my LEGO Star Wars Summer 2023 predictions. Now, there isn't a lot to go through, so let's just break it down. The first set idea I have is set number 75354, and this is rumoured to be an 18 plus set. I think the 18 plus set that LEGO will make for this set number is a remake of a Death Star 2. Now, it won't be a UCS Death Star 2 with it being really massive. I think this will be a smaller version of a mini Death Star 2. I think this could sell for $120 and it'll release in May of 2023. And this will coincide with the return of the Jedi 40th anniversary. And we haven't seen a LEGO Death Star 2 for a long time. Now, the next set idea I have is set number 75355. I think this could be a UCS Slave 1. Now, it's rumoured to be $240. It's rumoured to be released on May the 1st, 2023. And that's all we know about it. And it's also set number 75355. But looking at the price point of $240 and seeing what LEGO ships haven't been made for a while, or any remakes or even new ideas that they could do, I think a UCS Slave 1 would perfectly slot into LEGO's lineup, considering a lot of people have been wanting a LEGO Slave 1 for a long time. But also, this set would tie in quite well to the Mandalorian Season 3 as well. So it could be like the Millennium Falcon, where they both have an original trilogy, where you have the original trilogy minifigures and the Mandalorian minifigures for the Slave 1. But now, let's move on to set number 75358. And this set, I believe, will be a 4 plus Slave 1 again. Now, this would be the Mandalorian version of it because we haven't seen a Mandalorian 4 plus set before. And also, it has a very low piece count for the price. It only has maybe 120 pieces, but it's still going to cost $40. So obviously, it's going to be a really basic set to build. It's going to be a 4 plus set, and I think that it's time to see a Slave 1. And I just can't really think of a better vehicle to release for this lineup than a Slave 1, because a Slave 1 would work quite well in a miniaturized and a basic scale, yet it still could be fun to build. And I think this would be perfect for a LEGO Mandalorian 4 plus set 2. Now, the next set idea I have is set number 75359. I think this will be a Clone Wars Mando Battle Pack. Now, this set would connect to Mandalorian Season 3 because there's going to be apparently a lot of Mandalorians in that show, but it's also going to include two types of Mandalorians people have been wanting for a while. Regular Mandalorian kind of soldiers, if you will, and then the Super Commando Mandalorians. And both of these minifigures we haven't seen for a long time, and I think this would be a perfect way to bring them back, yet this will be a Clone Wars Battle Pack that will tie in perfectly with the Mandalorian Season 3. That would have just come out maybe a few months ago and still fresh on people's minds. Now, with set number 75360, I think this set will be a Ahsoka show scene. Now, for $35, it's going to be a scene or a little ship of some sort. It's going to be a small set. But I think this will be a scene set with Ahsoka and maybe 2 to 3 other minifigures at some location. Now, obviously, we don't know much about this set because we haven't seen the show and there's not much detail on it. But looking at the way that the 2023 wave is going to look like, I think this will be a mini scene set. Now, with LEGO set 75361 or 2, actually, I think this set would be a original trilogy B-Wing. Now, there is absolutely no information on this at all, apart from the fact that it will release in September of 2023. But I think this set would cost $70, and I think it would be a B-Wing because we haven't seen a LEGO B-Wing since 2014. And I think it's time to bring it back. But also with a B-Wing, it will coincide with the return of the Jedi 40th anniversary, and I think with the release of the TIE Bomber, LEGO are getting more creative with re-releasing sets that haven't been sold for a long time, but just modernizing them and making them a bit more display orientated. And I think this is what they're going to do with the B-Wing 2, and I can't wait to see what this will look like. Now, with LEGO set number 75363, I think this will be a minifigure pack similar to the two we got in 2022, which is the Clone Wars minifigure pack and the Hoth Endor pack. Well, Hoth minifigure pack. But this will be an Endor one, coinciding with the return of the Jedi 40th anniversary. It'll cost $15 and it has 88 pieces, so it kind of does gravitate towards more of a minifigure pack. It will release in August of 2023, and it makes sense to make this a Return of the Jedi set because you need more troops, 2 Rebel troops and maybe a Scout Trooper that you can easily buy for your LEGO, and I think just this set ties in to LEGO's current wave strategy. The next set idea I have is 75364, which will be it will be actually a Rebels set, and it'll be the remake of the Ghost. Now, I think this will cost $130. This is not rumored, and the only rumored bit about this is it will release in September of 2023. Now, I think this could be the Ghost because the Ahsoka TV show actually connects a lot to the Rebels TV show. It's basically a sequel, and we haven't seen a LEGO Ghost for a while, and I think this would be the perfect opportunity to re-release this set. Plus, there aren't too many large sets coming out in 2023, so I think this would be a really interesting large set for LEGO to release. And yeah, the minifigures will also connect quite well to the Ahsoka show as well. Now, with set number 75365, what we do know about this set is it'll have 1,067 pieces, so it's not super piece dense, and it's going to cost $160. So it's probably not going to be the best value. And I think this set will be the Jabba's Sail Barge. Now, Jabba's Sail Barge can actually use up quite a lot of pieces. Well, actually no, quite a few amount of pieces and still be really large, mainly using massive plates to build the body of the barge. Plus, with the price point, it could be a very large Jabba's Sail Barge. But for $160, I can actually see this as being realistic because this will tie into the Return of the Jedi 40th anniversary again. We haven't seen a Jabba's Sail Barge. Well, from the release of this, it would have been 10 years ago since the last Jabba's Sail Barge would have been released. Plus, this set could have quite a lot of minifigures, since you could pack in quite a lot of minifigures on Jabba's Sail Barge too. So, with all these things connecting, plus August 2023, it's going to be a regular release. I think this set 75365, whatever has been rumoured of it, could be a Jabba's Sail Barge. But now, LEGO set number 75366, I think will be an advent calendar. Well, it actually has been rumoured to be an advent calendar. I think it'll be a Clone Wars / Bad Batch advent calendar. Now, it'll cost $45. It'll release on October 1st. Well, actually, yeah, it's October 1st, 2023. And I think the reason why this will be a Bad Batch / Clone Wars based one is because the Bad Batch is coming out in 2023. There aren't really too many other sets I can think of for the Bad Batch. Plus, LEGO can even throw in some pretty mediocre minifigures with Clone Wars and Bad Batch with minifigures we just don't really care about, but then maybe include 1 or 2 minifigures that a lot of people would want to buy for the advent calendar. And also there's a bunch of ships from Clone Wars and Bad Batch that we'd all like to see in 2023. But now, with LEGO set number 75368, the set rumour, or the set idea I have for this, will be another minifigure pack, but the droids. I think there'll be quite a few buildable droids, like the probe droid or other droids, which could explain its piece count of 140 pieces, since if you're building quite a few droids, they take up a lot more parts than regular minifigures do. Plus, because it's $15, I can't really think of another set apart from a upscaled microfighter that would slot in to this set spot. And with set number 75369, I think this will be a original trilogy Luke versus Vader dual set. It'll be another Return of a Jedi set. It'll be another dual set, and with the piece count of 155 pieces, similar to the Ahsoka vs. Maul set, I think it's quite reasonable that this could be a dual set. It'll release in August of 2023, and the only info is that there's 155 pieces. So, and because this also coincides with the Return of a Jedi 40th anniversary, I think this set could also be highly likely. And it'll be based off the finale of episode 6. But now let's look at LEGO set 75370. I think this could be a Skeleton Crew set for $25 US. I think this will be a more minifigure dense set, but without too much sort of building. It could be more like a Dark Trooper attack set, but a bit smaller. It'll probably have a little bit of scenery, but maybe 4 to 5 minifigures, which will bump up the price to $25 US. And I just see this as being sort of like an introduction to Skeleton Crew, the show, with there being $25 US, a lot of it being 4 to 5 minifigures, and then a small scenery, justifying the price with its lack of pieces. But finally, LEGO set 75371 I think is the most interesting LEGO Star Wars set rumour I may have seen. It's quite an unusual one. For $200 US, there'll be 2,320 pieces, which actually isn't the sort of price to piece ratio we usually see in Star Wars. And they're not saying it's a UCS set, but only an 18 plus set. I think this set will be a original trilogy Endor bunker set. For $200 US, LEGO can pack in a lot of detail with the Endor bunker. And because it's gonna probably be more of a minifigure heavy set, it'll bump up the price to $200 US. But it could be in the style of a diorama, like maybe Ewok Village or another set like it. But LEGO would probably add a lot of detail to the exterior as well as the interior, and maybe even add a tree to it with quite a lot of pieces going that way to justify actually charging only $200 for 2,320 pieces with using a lot of small sets for the Endor bunker. And I think this would be an Endor bunker too. It ties into the Return of a Jedi, and plus we haven't seen a LEGO Endor bunker for absolutely ages. And that's it. Thank you for watching. Let me know what your thoughts or your predictions are for LEGO Star Wars 2023. And let me know what other sets you would like to see LEGO make for 2023 as well. If you enjoyed the video, please smash the like button. If you want to see more content just like this, please subscribe. I hope you guys have a brilliant day and keep building.